color and face. So that is font. Like if you go back to our presentation, I said we are going to work with a break tag, image tag, and anchor tag. So if I launch our index, the function of break tag is when you are not using paragraph tag, you are not using heading tag, then break tag will break a line in your typing on the site. It's going to break a line. For example, if I type something here and I say bold, I want it to be bold, and I say let's get along in this site, and I save that. Now if I go back to my browser and refresh, okay, you say let's get along with this, and it's bold. Alright, and I want to type something else. I have a lot to offer. I have a lot of offers for you here. If I save that and I go to my browser and I refresh, you see the typing immediately after let's get along in this site. I have a lot of offer for you here. It's placed beside it. There is no space between them. There is no space. So break tag is one of the tag that you can apply here. Just put BR. Either you press enter, you do press enter. Once you put BR, it's going to push this. I have a lot of offers for you here to the next line. Break tag doesn't have closing tag, just like HR. I think we use this HR. We use HR. It doesn't have a closing tag. It's one of the tags that doesn't have closing value. We save that and refresh. So you see that it has been pushed to the next line. I have a lot of offers for you here. It has been pushed to the next line. So that is a break tag. Then, if you want more space between let's get along in this side, I have a lot of offers for you here. You are going to do something. You can put more break, or you use paragraph tag again. So if you save, you can apply as many break as possible. So you see that it's pushing it down when I refresh my browser, because I've applied two break tag between this statement and this statement. So that is about break tag. Now let's have another tag, and let's call it let's put something here for more information about us. Click here. Okay, maybe if you have been browsing some site, there is what we call hyperlink. Now to use hyperlink on your site, you need to understand what we call anchor tag, a tag. The anchor tag is what I have here. That is anchor, is a container. Anchor element is the starting point for creating hyperlink that let website visitor jump from one page to another. Is a powerful tag that allows you to move your visitor from one place to another. Your pages can be linked together if you know how to use an anchor tag. So I put a statement. For more information about us, click here. Let me save this and refresh. You see the problem here. For more information about us, click here. It's put immediately after I have a lot of offers for you here. So what I can do in this case is to put break tag after I put break tag after I have a lot of offers for you here. So if I save and I refresh, so it's pushed down. But this click here, I want people to be able to click on it and take them to another page. So what I will do is I will apply anchor tag around click here. If I save and I refresh, nothing happens. Because anchor tag will not work alone without an attribute. We call it href, hyperlink reference. So you have to tell people where it is going to. So maybe contact.html, maybe that is the name. Don't forget your attribute is always between double quotation mark. Maybe that is the name of the page that you are sending people to when they click here. So I have wrapped anchor tag around click here. So if I save this and I refresh, you discover something that my click here has turned to hyperlink. So when you hover mouse over it, that mouse will change to a symbol of a hand, as you can see here. And when they click, it will be looking for contact.html. You see that my folder is website. My website is looking whether there is inside this folder that contains my index. It's looking for a page called contact.html. So what you can do now is to copy and paste and rename this as contact and rename that as contact. So if you go back to the desktop, okay, if I rename this, I call it contact. So I've just duplicated my index and I rename it as contact. So if I go back to my browser and refresh, it's going to find it because it's just like my index. I have contact.html. So what we are saying is that hyperlink will link your site from one page, your site pages with one another, such that any statement or any text around which you put a tag and closing a tag, that statement will turn to hyperlink as you have it here. If I go back to my index and I click, it's taking me to my contact. In order to distinguish your index from your contact, let's do something. If I go to my folder, I will right click this and open with Notepad. That is contact. Maybe I will remove all this. I'll remove others and I will say this is my contact page. I will change that to this is my contact page and I save. So it shows that if I go back and I click here, so you see this is my contact page. So I've succeeded in creating two pages. I just duplicate index and I was able to link them together by using click here. You can see that the notepad of both of them are open. One is index, the other is contact. So that is about hyperlink reference. Before I go, there is one more tag that I will introduce. We call it image tag. So now if I type something, let me put break tag here. And I type something, see my picture below. See my picture below. And I put a break tag because that is the only thing I can put something down. And I start image tag. Image is img. Image tag is one of the tags that doesn't have closing tag. So I've measured some tags that do not have closing tag. Number one is our document type. It doesn't have closing tag. Number two is our HR, horizontal rule. See that it doesn't have closing tag. Number three is our break tag, no closing tag. Then four is img. Now this image tag has some attribute. The major attribute is a source, src, source. That's how you type it, src. What is the source? So you are going to do something. You go to let me go to my picture, copy this picture, and go to my folder. Don't forget that your site is in a folder called my website, and paste it. And don't forget to know the type of your image. It's JPEG. and the name is PIC. Let me use small letter. Let me rename it as PIC. PIC. So before you can use image in your site, that image must be in your site folder. And you can even create a folder, new folder, and call it images. I'll be putting all your images there. How do we make use of this on our site? If I go back to my index, I say see my picture below. I put break tag so that the picture can be down, not before below. It can be below the statement code below. So I will say pic.jpg. That is the source, SRC of my picture. If I save and I go to my browser, go back to index, automatically it's there. So the picture we put there. So that is the function of the function of image tag. The function of image tag. Okay, let me close this contact. I want to be working with index because that's why I have my picture. There are some other attributes you can apply. You can apply width attribute. Naturally, this picture, let's see the size. If I right click and click property, okay, do we get the size there? No. Let's see the property. Okay, it's giving me 4.7 details. Okay, under details, the dimension is 160 by 160. That is the dimension. Now, maybe you don't want, maybe you develop a site where people are uploading pictures. You can specify the width. I can say let the width be 80. Don't forget the quotation mark. Then the height, let it be 80 so that it will be square. And I save. So it's going to reduce the picture. If I refresh, you see that the picture is now reduced. So you can apply width and height attribute to your picture. Then you can apply align attribute. Align equals to maybe right. It's going to push it to the right. If you click align attribute and refer, you can see that it's taking it to the right side of the page. So the picture is pushed to the right. So but I don't think I like that. Or we should change it to left and save. And I just press Ctrl S to save there and I refresh. So it's brought back to the left. Now, why is it? Immediately you apply align, it's going to wrap your picture around the next statement on your site. The next statement is I hope you will like this site. So it's going to put it there. But if I don't apply attribute at all and I save, it's wrapping it around this. I hope you like this site. That's why it's putting it on its left. So, but I've removed align. So it's standing on its own. But if you want it to be wrapped around the next statement, you use align attribute. Now, I want to stop here for now, and I want to tell you that in the next video, in the next topic, I'll be talking more about this, and I'll be taking you through advanced HTML. Now, this one, I'm going to attach it to our course page, especially these font sizes and so on. Maybe I will save it. I will save it and attach it later. But I hope you enjoy this. So far, we have worked with ordered and on ordered list. We have worked with attributes. Like H1 can take attributes called align, align your text. That's what we use to align this to the center. Then we have attribute for horizontal row. That's a tag that doesn't have closing tag. There is no closing tag, and it can take attribute width, size, color, and so on. We change the size here to maybe 8, because it's too bold here, and refresh. So you can see that the thickness of this line has reduced. So then we experimented with OL and LI to obtain this list item. Okay. Then we also work with a bold tag, italics tag, and so on and so forth. So we say another Another name for bold tag is strong. Another name for italics I tag is EM. So if I change this one to I, don't forget the closing. You have to change the corresponding closing to I. It's going to achieve the same result. This, I hope you will like this site. Will also be italicized. It will still be italicized, no changes there. So then we also talk about image tag. I say see my picture below and I put image, IMG tag. It doesn't have closing tag too. And it has some attribute like source, width, height, align. And when you align it, it's going to wrap it around the following statement. So I will stop around there. In the next video, I will talk about advanced HTML and attributes. I want to thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy this course, and I still have more to offer you as we continue. Thank you.